Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know why I cannot sleep at all. This happens often in the car. I toss and turn and for whatever reason I just can't sleep. So it's a problem that I have, but yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's already started snowing out. The plows are outside. I'm comfy in my bed. As you could see, I got my light on because it's pitch dark in here and I wouldn't be able to the camera wouldn't be able to see me if I didn't have the light on. But yeah, I'll try and open the door. I'll take you guys outside so you can see what it looks like. Hang on. You can see the snow is coming down there. I'm in a parking lot, so sorry. I got to be a little bit careful in the car here because I have all my blackout shades up, and it's very late. It's 2:30. I don't want people to know that I'm in the car. Not that there's many people around me, but I have plows going by, and there could be police going by, or cars going by. So I don't want anybody to know that I'm in my car. So that's why I'm trying to keep the light a little bit tilted. I didn't want to open the door too long. But anyway, I'll get back to you guys. I'm going to try and sleep. I'll get back to you in the morning. We're going to get about 4 or 5 inches of snow here. So not a lot of snow. The big story is the cold. It's going to be bone-chillingly cold. It's going to be like 10 degrees tomorrow night and the night after. But I'm comfy cozy in the car, in the Prius. I'll get back to you guys. Good morning, y'all. I just got up. I just checked my phone. It's almost 9 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep until I think 4:30 or 5. I don't know if it was because I was excited about the snow or what, but I do have nights, as I said before, in the car where I toss and turn a lot and I really can't sleep. So I'll take some NyQuil, which I know is not good, but it's rare that I do that. I'll take some melatonin, which is a lot better. But yeah, last night was one of those nights, and then I woke up to this. Let me turn the phone around. I don't know if you guys can see outside of my little porthole of a window, but man, we got a fair amount of snow overnight. Let me go this way. It's the back window of the Prius. You can kind of see underneath. I'll go this way. I mean, it's coming down at a good clip out there. And, we're not supposed to get that much, guys. I mean, it might be 4 to 5 inches, but as I said earlier, it's really the big story is going to be the cold. I mean, it's going to be frigid tonight and tomorrow, a low of 8 to 10 degrees. And my mobility is not the best. It's very hard for me to get around, period, even without snow. So I really can't go out in this type of weather. So hopefully where I'm staying, there is a truck stop, and I will wait until this ends later because they do a pretty good job of clearing it out pretty quickly. So if I need to use the bathroom today, potty for number 2, which I hopefully don't, because I really don't want to get out of the car in these conditions. At least it'll be cleaned at the rest stop later. And I'll be able to maneuver out of my car safely. Let me open the door and show you guys the snow. Okay, I don't want to open my door too much because people might say, why is that door open in the middle of a snowstorm in an empty parking lot? But yeah, we got a lot of snow here, guys. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys. I got to get my morning started. I'm going to jump in the front seat and I'll get back with you. Hey, I'm back. I just want to show you guys the value of why Priuses are worth every single penny, why they're so amazing of cars for extreme weather, cold and heat. This car has lasted me 4 years, knock on wood, with no major problems. And again, whether it's extreme cold or extreme heat, I'm very comfortable because of the climate control. I mean, I could be in a t-shirt right now. I'm not, and I would still be very, very warm. Let me turn you guys around and I'll show you a couple of things. So this is my blanket I have on. Obviously, it's a very thick, kind of a down blanket here. And these are my footsies at the end where the window is. So you can see I have a lot of room in here. I mean, I'm 5'11", and my feet really aren't even touching the back of the tailgate. And so yeah, a lot of room in here. And this is a 25-inch wide memory foam mattress that I'm sleeping on. Super duper comfortable. More than enough space for one, average size person. I was super duper comfortable in here last night, as I said again, and I only had, which I'll show you guys in a second, I only had the heater on 69, which is a little bit low when it's this cold. I prefer it on 70, 71, maybe even 72, because you'll get that toasty warm feeling. But 69 was more than enough, especially with this heavy blanket on. I mean, when I did sleep, I slept like a baby. So yeah, that's the value of the Priuses and why they're worth their weight in gold when you live in a vehicle, because there's no generator needed. There's just no nothing. There's no generator to worry about, a portable power station to worry about. You have unlimited, which again, I'm going to show you in a second. You have unlimited heat and AC. And it costs you to run that all night. Might cost you $1 or $1.50. So let me turn you guys around now and I'll show you what that looks like. So that's going to probably time off in a second, but you could see the screen. It was on 69 all night, the lowest setting, just the lowest all the way to the left there. And yeah, it timed off. Sorry about that. But so, I mean, that's the climate control, and that is why, and you can see I got my window covers up, my blackout covers so nobody can see inside. So that's kind of the value of the Prius, guys. I mean, again, you could heat the car or cool the car for $1, $1.50 or $1.50 a night to run the AC ice cold, or the heater as hot as you want. And, like I said, tonight's going to be, about 10 degrees. Tomorrow night's going to be 10 degrees, but I could literally be in here naked. That's a very scary thought. Sorry about that. Or like in a t-shirt. And I'm totally, totally safe and comfortable and all of that. So, yeah, I'm exploring, which I'll hopefully discuss in another video. 4 years in a car takes its toll just because of the reduced size after 4 years, at least for me. So I'm exploring moving up to something a little bit bigger. But I have to tell you, it is very hard to do so. Just because of all of the easy comforts that come with a Prius. So yeah, it's weighing heavily on my mind. But anyway, that's what it looks like from here. I'll get back to you guys once I got my morning going. Hello again, beautiful people. Well, I am in the front seat now. And surprise, surprise, it is still snowing outside. It looks beautiful, actually. I love, 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 love snow. I just don't like going out in it anymore just because of my mobility, issues and conditions. But aside from that, I've always loved snow. It's gorgeous. Maybe that's why I couldn't sleep last night. But let me swing you guys around and I'll show you out the door real quick. Yeah, we got a good amount of snow out here, guys. This is really, you can see the parking lot is pretty much empty. I think I was the only one in my car here last night. But it looks beautiful. Snow, a gift from the heavens. So one of the nice things about this car, guys, is that when the weather is bad, if it's a torrential rainstorm, or in this case a snowstorm, whatever it might be, I literally do not have to get out of the car to get into the front seat from the bed here, which is nice because it's snowing out. I don't have boots; I just have sneakers. I don't want my feet to get all wet and disgusting, and then I have to bring them into the car and all of that. So the nice thing is, from the bed, I just push these pillows back against the door area here. And then that gives me this little kind of space here. And then all I do is I just kind of shimmy through this little space, basically onto the armrest, and then boom, right into the seat where I am here. And that's how I get from my bed to the driver's side seat without having to get out of the vehicle, walk around, and do all of that, which again is not a big deal, but when the weather's bad, that's not really something I want to do. So yeah, it's a little bit tough for me to kind of, squeeze around with my battered, beat up 50-year-old body. But it's not that hard. I do it a couple of times a month. So yeah, so let me swing you guys around and I'll show you guys some more. One of my golden rules when you're riding out bad weather in a car, one of my golden rules is to always have a lot of food and water, which is pretty obvious, but especially for me because I'm a foodie. I love to pick. I pick throughout the day. Having a refrigerator right next to you all the time when you live in a car is not always so good when you're a picker like me, but food brings me comfort. And, again, when you're stuck in a vehicle for, a day or day and a half or 2 days without getting out, food is very important. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to go through today and tomorrow because, like I said, the weather's going to be bad for a couple of days. I have some Swiss Miss hot chocolate, which I'm going to make in my 12-volt water kettle. For lunch, I'm probably going to have, even though it's not healthy, some ramen. I like a lot of kind of hearty comfort type foods or meals when it's cold out. So yeah, I'll have the ramen. And then what I do, a little tip, guys, when I make the ramen, they don't give you a lot of ramen. Like that little packet of ramen doesn't fill me up. So I love these. I swear by them, bean sprouts. I get the little can here, La Choy, but you can get any brand that you want. There's hardly any sodium, salt in these. They're fairly healthy. There's really no calories. It's mostly water. But I add these to the ramen, and the consistency, once the ramen is cooked, the consistency is very similar. So it gives it a lot more weight, more bulk, and it just fills you up more. So yeah, just a little tip. I always do that, and works really well for me. What else do I have for dinner? I have this instant, it's pre-boiled rice, which is basically it's pre-cooked already. So I could throw this in my Hot Logic 12-volt oven for about an hour, and this comes out piping hot. I mean, this is like a restaurant quality, rice that you would get in a restaurant. I mean, it tastes that good because the Hot Logic oven doesn't really cook per se. It can smaller things. It's mostly a warmer, but because this is pre-made, you throw it in there for an hour and it comes out piping hot. So what I love, I pair it with vegetables, my rice, spinach. I've been on a spinach kick. So I'll put this in my 12-volt, my Hot Logic oven. I'll add some spinach to it, some avocado oil, some spices. And like I said, hour and 15 minutes, it's a meal to die for. I also have a lot of snacks. I have candy. I have popcorn, as you can see. And I just have a ton of stuff in my refrigerator as well. So I'm loaded to the bear, guys. And obviously I have a lot of water, which is critical. Because, with the weather like this, I might not get out of the car unless I have to go number 2.
That's the only reason I have to get out of the car, and a shower, but I could shower anytime. But number 2 is really the only reason that I have to get out of my car, and hopefully I don't have to do that today just because the weather's so bad. So I'm loaded for bear. I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for the apocalypse, as they say. And I'll get back to you guys when I'm making lunch. By the way, almost forgot. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. As I mentioned before, I am a picker. And one of my bad habits, because you're really not supposed to eat after 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That's what they say. I think that's a pretty good rule. I try and live by that, but I am a picker. And especially when I can't sleep at night, I do have a bad habit of eating in bed, which I try not to. But last night, because I couldn't sleep, I had these, which I was saving for today or tomorrow, but I could not resist. So I had these popcorners. By the way, if you guys haven't tried popcorners before, they are divine, delicious. They have a zillion flavors. I just get the regular sea salt, but I broke into these in bed. I not only ate the whole bag, which is bad enough, in the middle of the night at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but then when I got up this morning, you can see the bag is empty here. I ate the whole bag, crumbs and everything. I was doing one of these things, getting the crumbs out. But if that wasn't bad enough, when I woke up this morning and I got out of my bed, I was literally sleeping. I guess one of the popcorners fell. I'm sleeping on one of the popcorners, which broke into like a zillion pieces, but I cleaned it all up. Looks fine now, no problem. I'm very sanitary. But I thought that was pretty funny because I have no impulse control. Zero impulse control when it comes to certain things, especially food. So I just made some hot cocoa. If you guys can see it inside. It looks good. It looks good. I'm sure it tastes even better. I wish I could share it with you guys, but you're not here with me. You left me stranded in the snow. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this now, and I'll get back to you guys a little bit later. So I left the lot where I slept last night. That's one of my regular spots, but they do a terrible, terrible job of plowing in there. I mean, sometimes they might not be able to get in there for a half day or a day. So I cleared off the car. As you can see, I came to this Dunkin' Donuts because I did have to go potty. Number 2, I just made it in time, guys. So yeah, car's looking spiffy, got all the snow off. I went potty. Thank goodness for that, just made it. And I'm going to get started on dinner soon, guys. So I'm prepping dinner now, guys, in my Hot Logic 12-volt oven. I didn't eat any lunch. I normally pick throughout the day a lot. But today was just, dealing with the snow and cleaning off the car and having to go potty and do all that kind of stuff. I didn't get a chance to pick, so I'm really, really hungry. So yeah, so as I said earlier, I'm going to throw this pre-boiled rice in here. I just put a little aluminum, like those deli aluminum trays in here, and it has a cover. You can see the cover there, the plastic cover you could put on top. So I'm going to throw the rice in there. Then I'm just going to put, I love me some cauliflower, and I have to use this bag before it goes bad. So I'm going to probably use half a bag of the cauliflower on top of the rice. And then what I normally do is I pour some avocado oil on top just to give it a little extra flavor and some moisture. Hit it with a lot of black pepper. Love black pepper. I have Mrs. Dash because there's no salt in there. I love Mrs. Dash, but I do need a little bit of garlic salt. And then I got the real minced garlic as well. Walmart brand, but it's all the same stuff. Yeah, so I throw that everything in there. It's like a dump. It's like a dump pot or a dump tray. And like I said, you let that sit for about hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, comes out piping hot. It is delicious, guys. So anyway, that is it for now. I'm going to work on dinner and on to the next. Okie dokie, guys. As you can see, my dump is ready. It looks good, especially when you haven't eaten for most of the day. So yeah, so then what I do is I just, like I said, I throw that little cover on. I love these. I buy them on Amazon because they come with the cover. And the cover is kind of raised. So if you have a little extra in the tin, even though these tins are big, because it's a raised top, you could fit a lot of food in there. Like, this is enough for 2 people. But I'm really hungry. I might even have a couple of hard-boiled eggs with this. And yeah, by the way, guys, if you haven't tried the pre-boiled rice, definitely try it. It is phenomenal. Doesn't really matter what brand you get, but one little tip: it does tend to clump up in the bag, and you don't want to just throw it in a tin or a Pyrex or something like that. So just, squeeze the bag for a couple of minutes in your hands, squeeze it and mush it around to like break the clumps up, and that gets most of them out. And then when you toss it in your bowl or tray or whatever, then just get a little fork and just kind of break it up if there's still any remaining pieces. But like I said, after it steams for about an hour and 15 minutes, it just comes out phenomenal. So yeah, I'm going to plug it in and we're going to get on the road. Yeah, as you can see, we got a lot of snow up here. Like I said, it's about, we got about 6-7 inches, but the big story again is going to be the cold tonight, tomorrow night, and especially tomorrow night and Monday. It's going to be in the single digits. So I got to start prepping for that. Getting all the stuff I need together and doing everything like that. So that's life on the road, guys.